Hey, how you doing? This is John, and welcome to John's Long Box. Today I'm going to take a look at the Don Drummond story, Trombone Man, Ska's Fallen Genius, Barefoot Boy. This is part one of a 7-issue series. I got this off of Kickstarter. I forget what I went to Kickstarter, but this is one of the few instances where I was at Kickstarter and I saw something else and I actually bought it. Sight unseen. Full disclosure, I am a huge Jamaican ska fan. Oh my God. I got into ska with the Madness and the Specials when I was a kid back in the 80s. And of course, being an obsessive compulsive person, I had to look up who these people were, what ska was, and I found out about the Rocksteady beat from Kingston, Jamaica in the 60s. And I've been, every time I go to any like retro vinyl place, I try to find those albums like by Prince Buster and the Scotalites. And oh man, did it drive me nuts that the song Israelites got popular with that terrible show, The Watchmen. When I've been listening to that for years. If you watch my Music Mondays, which I got to get back to, I talk about ska and my love of Jamaican ska. I could gush about ska for another hour. I could make a whole another channel about Rocksteady. So focus. So this is a comic that I just saw this. I didn't read anything. Boom. I just backed it like that. And I just got the comic yesterday. I read it and I loved it. I wouldn't be making a channel. It's about comics and I love this comic. So I'm invoking my rule. It's a new comic. I don't show the entire thing because I'm not a pirate website. I just give you a taste. But look at this. So I have to say, it is so well made. I mean, it is just a well-crafted comic. It's by Adam Reeves and Costanzo. I'm terrible. Pisorios. I'm sorry. I know I said that wrong. Whom I've never heard of. But again, the subject matter drew me in. Yes, so here's all the indicia, Trombone Man, Ska's Fall. Again, here's some, I will actually be looking these up. I didn't even look at the social media. I would like to talk to the people who made this comic. So well made. And it's just, dare I say, charming. So it starts out, I didn't know any of this. Again, I'm really into Jamaican ska, the Kingston Rocksteady beat, but I don't claim to be an authority. I don't claim to have an exhaustive knowledge. So this was all nice. Now I have to say, the first couple of pages, I was really struggling with, the jargon, the way it speaks. But by the fourth page or so, it was really clicking and it made the comic more authentic. Now, it starts with a story about a murder, and he's in the asylum and dies. Stuff again I did not know, but it goes through the whole life story. And again, it's going to be 7 pages. And I just want to get an example of the dialogue. Okay, so here's a nice big word balloon. It this why you bring my door, working myself to the bone every day, cleaning just to keep roof on my food. Just to keep roof and food. And this how you repay me, Roman? The streets instead of go school. Now, you can make fun of me, which is absolutely fine. I deserve it. But it was tough to read. But I have to say, it's worth the effort. After a couple of pages, it just crystallized into, like, I don't know, like, authenticity, is that the correct word? And I love this, how this poor lost kid sees color now when there's music playing, and it's the few he plays music. This is his first, he's taking a leaf and he's blowing into it, making a vibration that makes a sound, and he just, the rest of his world is black and white, dreary and drab, and it's real sad that the circumstances that he grew up into. And I'll only turn one more page. Again, he's hearing music, and the music, it's just so craftfully done. And what makes it so pleasing to me, it was just a whim. It was just a whim based on something that I'm interested in. I love comics, and I love music, and I especially love the Kingston Jamaican Rocksteady ska stuff. Oh my God, I could listen to it all day long. Funny little humorous story that has nothing to do with this comic book, if you will indulge me, because that's what this channel is about. My love of comics and old man ranting. Is I'm a construction worker, and I spent 2 months in this machine room bending pipe and installing pipe and pulling wire and you know, up on a lift. And for the most part, that was my office for 2 months. Nobody would go in. And once in a while, a plasterer would go in or whatever. And I had my Bluetooth speaker set up, and I had my Pandora set on a Prince Buster station, and I'm just playing rocksteady Jamaican ska. And every once in a while, I'd see this Rasta guy would stick his head in the door, you know, long dreadlocks, and he would look around and he would see me and then leave. And then a couple of hours later, another Rasta guy would stick his head in the door, look around, and he would see me and leave. And then after a couple of days, I would see them every, you know, they were the carpenters, and they were outside having lunch or whatever. And I would go outside, you know, to have my lunch out of this room. And then finally one of them goes, "You're the only one in that room, man." I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "No offense, but I did not expect to see you listening to the good jams." And I started laughing. I said, "Yeah, I love this Jamaican." He goes, "You listen to the good jams." I was like, "Okay, come on in." So they moved their stuff, and that became their room also. And, you know, when they were not locally where they needed to be to do their work, they were hanging out in my room, you know, having their lunch and coffee breaks, listening to the good jams. So yes, as you can tell, I'm not the stereotypical Jamaican ska, Kingstown, Jamaica 60s music fan. And I have to say, the music is, I play the music on my Bluetooth at work. I listen to what I like. And I've made friends with a bunch of people that I probably would not have made friends with if not for the music, you know. So it is, another thing I like is the like Tito Puente, a lot of the you know, why can't I think of the name of the music right now? I'm stumbling over, but I digress. So let's get back to Trombone Man. This is excellent. I want to reach out to the creators of this book and find out what's the schedule for the next 7 issues. And then I'm sure I'm guessing on speculation, I'm sure all 7 issues will be collected, and I can't wait. All right, I'll see you with another video. Bye-bye.